Hello, cosmic beings. Welcome to Being Cosmic. If this is your first time here, welcome. If you're returning, welcome back. I am so glad that each and every one of you are here. My name is Devon, and I will be doing a collective message today. So, with that, take what resonates and leave what doesn't. Before I get into it, I just want to say thank you for being here. Thank you for all the engagement on the channel, the likes, shares, comments, subscribes, and the donations. All of that really, really helps out. So, thank you, thank you, thank you. All right. So I pre-pulled the cards before I hit record just because it takes a little bit longer to set this spread up. This is a particular spread where it goes into an issue or a challenge. It kind of deep dives it a little bit and then it gives a solution. So we are going to get into it. All right. I'm gonna take a step aside to let spirit pass through. What does the collective need to hear? All right. So we've got the heart of the issue or the challenge. And the card that came out is barmbrack, which is a type of bread. I think it originated in like the Celtic region. Um Ireland is specifically coming up. So I do think that that is where this originated from specifically, but I'm not 100% sure on that. Um there could be Ireland as a confirmation for somebody as well. So what this card is talking about is sweetness and synergy. So this is well, let me see. Oh, that's right. Okay. I was getting it mixed up with a different card and it didn't quite feel right. I wouldn't be surprised if we saw the other one come out though. What I was seeing was the card that talks about creating your own reality. So being like the conscious creator of your reality. So that might come out in this reading. We will see. Um, what this one is really talking about is okay, so that okay, yeah, thank you, Spirit. So it's a curiosity to know what is ahead, but important to balance what is now, like what's in the now moment, what's in the present moment. Um, and so that does kind of go hand in hand with creating your own reality because there's a fine line of you I'm being guided to talk about this. So it's a fine line of focusing on a projected reality, an ideal reality, an ideal version, visualization and all of that. Manifestation happens in the now moment. And so it's kind of confusing. It can be kind of tricky, but it's this fine balance where it's wanting certain ideal realities and then detaching from them, pulling yourself into the now moment and allowing those realities to come in. And so that could be something that you're dealing with right now that's kind of challenging. Let's see here. Um, all right, so the hidden issue. Okay, we've got cauldron, and on here is synergy as well. So there's definitely something with synergy going on. And it's also talking about healing. So I was actually guided to look up the definition of synergy instead of explaining it. So I paused really quick to look it up. So here is the definition of synergy since it came out on both of these cards. It is the interaction or cooperation of two or more organizations, substances, or other agents to produce a combined effect greater than the sum of their separate effects. So this is really talking about collaboration. And then this is also reminding me of when we operate from a whole space within the self. And so when we're operating from just the ego, or where we're operating from a place of kind of fragmented energy, we're not able to fully create the life that we are desiring because there's shadow aspects, there's limiting beliefs, there's other factors that are coming in that are interfering with the ability to fully consciously create in the now moment. So, part of what this card to me is talking about is about bringing those parts of the self into center, about doing some of that shadow work, doing some of those, that um I heard trauma healing. Uh there's also an element of inner child healing that's coming up for me here as well. And by looking at some of those things, by integrating some of those things, it's really going to allow you to come from a different energy, which will then be just a more whole balanced energy that you're operating from. And in this now moment, you will be able to manifest that life that you're really desiring. There is an element of healing. I do feel like there's some shadow aspects that may be a little bit hidden, and they're coming to light so that they can be integrated at this time, so that you can really step into that conscience creator energy. That's what I'm really picking up. Okay. Oh yes. Since I talked about health and all of that, I just want to give a quick disclaimer. If you are concerned with your health or mental health, seek out medical professional assistance. Um, yes, there we go. I'm not offering medical or mental health advice. All right, moving right along. Okay, the major obstacle. Okay, we have jack-o'-lantern in protection, which is interesting because when I was first talking about this card and mixing it up with a different one, it was this card. And so what I actually that makes sense. Now, what I'm being shown that I was picking up on is very much this jack-o'-lantern energy, which is representative of this being universally protected and also being the conscience creator of your reality. And so there is definitely a heavy element of this. So I feel like you're really getting into this awareness to where you're understanding just how powerful of a creator you are, just how and it's not from an ego way. I you got to say that this is from a very soul-centered way. It's a very grounded energy as well. It's very much the I'm, the master of my reality, and I will consciously create from that awareness. And it's not, yeah, it's not in an ego way, it's not in a narcissistic way. It's in a very much co collab like collaborating and co-creating is a huge element here as well. And so there is that definite collaboration energy where it's mutually beneficial. It's not I'm not picking up like a toxic element. So this is really I feel like you're really shifting into a very powerful energy, and part of a block that you may be dealing with, or kind of, maybe you've been getting a little frustrated about, it's some sort of a shadow element that's coming up right now. It's going to be some way that you are showing up in life in an unconscious way. It's going to be some sort of like a reaction, or some sort of trigger in some way that is making itself known to you so that you can work with it, heal it, and integrate it. And then that's really going to help you step into this powerful manifester energy. Okay, the main fear. We've got ghost, which is talking about regret. So for some of you, you could be spending a good bit of time in the past and kind of regretting certain decisions. Maybe there were I'm picking up kind of like a life-changing moment, a life-changing decision. Maybe you've been looking back and you're like, if I would have made that one different decision, my entire life would be different. And the thing is yes, that's true, but more than one thing can be true at the same time. So maybe there is something that you're not happy about, that you are regretting doing in the past. For some of you, it's going to be something to do with communication because my throat chakra is doing a funny thing. Um, for some of you to move through this, it's going to be communicating your truth in some way. Um, What I'm picking up though is that, oh, that's part of where the shadow element is coming up. If you've been really ruminating about something in the past and really sitting in that past energy of like, I wish I would have done this. I wish I would have said that. I wish I wouldn't have said this. I wish I wouldn't have done that. Whatever it is. If you're really sitting in that energy, there is something um in that moment. Because I'm really picking up like no. It's kind of a defining moment or maybe a series of events for some of you that you feel like if you would have been in a different energy, if you would have handled it differently, it would have gone a different way. And I'm feeling like you're looking at it and saying, if I would have done this or not done that, my life would be so much better. And so I feel like that's where that element of regret is coming in, and this is part of that shadow aspect that's coming up. There's a part of you that is stuck in that energy where you're ruminating about it, and in order to pull all of your energy into to the now moment, there's something that you're being asked to do to address that situation. So for some of you, there's so many different healing techniques. There's so many different ways to do this. You can look at like soul fragmentation, things like that. That can lead you in a direction. Another way you can do it is you can call all of your energy back into the now moment. For some of you, what you're being called to do is some sort of action. You're being called to take some sort of action based on this past event or series of events. So for some of you, maybe there was a situation where there were things left unsaid. And so if that's your story, what you may be being called to do is to say those things in some way. So for some of you, if you can reach out to that person, this is about you. So this isn't so much about that other person's reaction and what they're going to say and how they're going to respond to it. This is about you and being able to speak your truth. And so if you're able to actually reach out to that person and have this conversation, I feel like you're going to be getting the signs and synchronicities to do that. And that's really what you're being called to do right now. If that is not possible, let's say this person passed on something like that, you could be being guided to like write a letter and just write it all out and really allow that communication to flow, because it's going to release some blocks for you. It's going to release some of those blocks where you're consciously creating, and it's going to be really healing. Okay. What is the solution? We've got trick or treat, which is mischief and play. So yeah, for some of you, well, for a lot of you, I feel like there's definitely inner child healing that's going on or that you're being asked to look into. And really, what's going to help you shift through this energy as well and tap into that conscience creator energy is allowing your inner child to come out and play, allowing your inner child to feel safe and to have fun and to do something that's, exciting or brings you joy, whether it's, walking barefoot in the grass or going to an amusement park or coloring in a coloring book, whatever it is. It's about really tapping into that childlike energy and allowing that part of yourself to come out and play. And with that, you're going to find a lot of healing in that. Oftentimes, when we're in that energy as well, a funny thing can happen where all of a sudden we'll get like insight or downloads or messages from, spirit or, God, universe, whatever you work with. But sometimes when you're in that playful energy, all of a sudden you'll find that you'll get guidance on things that you weren't even focused on, which is, there's messages in that too. But we'll leave that for a different day. Um, but yeah, so there could be an ask right now for you to tap into this more playful energy. Okay. What else? Oh yes. So what will happen if you engage the solution? So we've got the witch. This is the weaver of the worlds. So what I feel like this is confirmation of what I've kind of been talking about already and what I was already picking up on. I feel like when you really step into this energy and integrate this element, um, this shadow element, and work on maybe some inner child stuff, by really doing that and moving through whatever it is for you as far as ruminating on the past and being kind of stuck in some past situations, once you're able to fully bring that energy into the now moment, you're going to be able to really create the life that you really do desire. This is that ability to truly consciously create from an uninhibited space. um yeah, it's pretty powerful stuff. This is really good stuff. This is really that being balanced and operating from a very grounded place, but an aware place. This is where you're really um understanding different universal laws and how that plays in with the physical realm, and really creating from a place. It's almost like, the cheat codes to life. Um in a way. Hopefully that makes sense. Um, but yeah, it's a very powerful energy to create from. Well, that's awesome. You're almost there. Like you've been really putting in the work, and I feel like this message is coming through to just be like, yes, yes, you're doing it. You got this. When little shadow elements come up to be looked at, integrate them. Do your best not to ruminate over the past. Do your best not to live mentally in the future either. Pull it into the present moment, and you're really going to be able to create some awesome stuff. So this is really, really good energy. Alrighty. Well, with that, I do feel that the energy lifted a little. So I'm gonna go ahead and leave this here. If you like this message, feel free to hit that like button. It does help out the channel. If this resonates with you, you can let me know in the comments below. You can also affirm this energy. You can put something like, I'm the conscious creator of my reality, or you can even just do like a little emoji. That also, so it helps affirm it on your end and claim the energy. And then it also gives me confirmation as well, to know that these messages are reaching who they're intended for. So thank you, thank you. And if you would like to see more from me, feel free to hit subscribe. It is free, and I will see you on the next message. Bye.